Have you been watching the media lately? Tesla was forced to recall 300,000 cars. I mean, you might as well say Tesla was forced to recall 1,000,000 cars, right? Because they're both not true. Hey guys, Monster here with you. Let's have a look at what's going on with some of the well-established news sources. Tesla recalls nearly 300,000 cars in China over cruise control safety issue. Tesla recalls over 285,000 vehicles in China, most of them locally made. Tesla to recall nearly 300,000 China-made Model 3 and Model Y vehicles. Tesla recall in China to impact nearly 300,000 vehicles. What to know? We might as well make that the title of our video, right? Tesla recalls 300,000 cars in December of 2021 in the midst of coronavirus. Write that down. In actuality, this is something that the media wants you to believe, and they just keep spreading these misinformation.
As misinformation and so-called fake news continues to be rapidly distributed on the internet, our reality has become increasingly shaped by false information.
The so-called fake news.
You are fake news.
To know why they're specifically targeting Tesla, I've discussed this in my previous video. I'll leave the links below in the description. These are what most people consider reputable news sources that are large and well established. When they're sending these information to the viewers, it's not like they think because it's fake, no one would believe it and it would have no real impact. This does real damage. Recall has a very specific meaning in the automotive industry. While they're relatively common, they're almost always very costly for the manufacturer, especially for the safety implications of the consumers. When you say recall, people generally think that they would have to take their cars to the dealership for fixing a part physically. And that is the case with most of the cars right now, even with your car. If there's a recall on your car for whatever reason, you would need to take it to the dealership for getting it sorted. That is unless if you own a Tesla. We're gonna talk more into this in a bit. First, let's have a look at what's all these fuss about and why so many media outlets are motivated to put anti-Tesla news. Let's start with what the Tesla fix issue actually was, because I think these are the stuff that really needs to be talked about. The Chinese administration thought that the drivers could accidentally activate the cruise control on their vehicles and the cars might accelerate or brake by itself, resulting in crashes. What Tesla did to fix this was just to add a simple audio, so even if you did turn it on by accident, you would hear the audio. That's literally it, the safety issue that everyone was so concerned about. Just to add on that, it was only required in China. It's not a global thing and the rest of the world is still chill about it. Now that we have that established, let's talk about our previous point. When general public hears about the word recall, they think that there's something physically wrong with the car and that the car needs a physical fix. But again, with Tesla, this is just a software update. No one had to take their car to the dealer or mechanic, and this was fixed over the air with just a software update. With the deceptive media outlines showing 300,000 cars recall sounds awful and will have a negative impact on Tesla stocks and share prices. The cost of having all those vehicles repaired in dealership for Tesla would be huge. But if you hear that the recall was actually just a software update that was fixed over the air in just 5 minutes, it would be a completely different scenario and it wouldn't be nearly as bad for Tesla nor would have negative impact. It's headlines like these that are technically correct due to establishment of old regulations but are intentionally misleading of the public. Or they could even add on their titles the word software update. But when you have articles like this from Bloomberg titled "Tesla dealt big blow as almost all Tesla cars in China need safety fix," that is such a deceptive headlines. It's unreal. I think it's embarrassing that news sources like Bloomberg push the clickbait so hard that they lie to their readers and audience just to put Tesla on the negative light. If anyone knows the real story and sees a title like this, would definitely know that that article is wrong. This does real damage, not only to Tesla but to the general public as well. Let's have a look at why they're doing all this. Firstly, the car companies pay huge sums of money to the media for advertising their products. The companies that are trying to compete with Tesla. If you didn't already know, Tesla is the only car company that doesn't pay a single dollar for advertisement. Yet we have witnessed the biggest advertisement in history when Tesla sent their Tesla Roadster in space using the Falcon Heavy rocket. And on the other hand, companies like Toyota, Volkswagen, General Motors and Ford are all paying billions of dollars on advertising their products. GM, for example, is spending nearly as much on advertising in the next 5 years as they have plans to invest on electric electric vehicles and autonomous driving combined, and the social media outlets get a significant amount of this money from advertising. This is the reason you only hear negative about Tesla, but all these great advertisement about other car companies. Of course, no one wants to bite the hand that is currently feeding them. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe to support and encourage me make more of these videos. Be positive every day, and I'll see you guys in the next video.